About a year ago, my life drastically changed due to some personal events and challenges that cast a shadow over my life. Among them, my father's discovery of a health condition necessitated surgery, and the sudden loss of my two beloved guinea pigs added to the unexpected emotional toll. I also went through some of my own health challenges in parallel. During this time of vulnerability, my family in Canada and my husband provided unconditional support, offering a shoulder to lean on and words of encouragement. Despite this solace, a sense of isolation and despair often enveloped me. It felt like the window to my future gradually narrowed and darkened. Until the day I discovered gratitude journaling. That's when things started to change little by little. I've been using gratitude journals for 6 months, and the gradual changes it's brought to my life are quite mind-blowing. Like before, my life is in no way perfect, and there are still ups and downs. But gratitude journaling brought me 3 significant changes that made my life much more appreciative and enjoyable. So today, I want to share how 6 months of gratitude journaling transformed me and how to maximize the benefits of gratitude journaling. And lastly, I'll share a great gratitude journal template that worked wonders for me. And before we dive in, please subscribe to stay in touch with me and give it a thumbs up to help this video reach more people like you. Now, let's get started. The first notable transformation I experienced was an increase in resilience. I personally think this is one of the most powerful benefits of gratitude journaling because challenges and setbacks are inevitable parts of our lives. And every time such adversity occurs, if we struggle to rebound back, then our opportunities for learning and growth would diminish, and our mental stability would also be at high risk. And one of science-backed strategies to build resilience is by changing the narrative of events that occur in our lives. A 1977 study found that participants who did expressive writing for 4 days were much healthier 6 weeks later and happier up to 3 months later. There are definitely various ways to practice narrative shifts through activities like expressive writing, journaling, therapy, meditation, and even by talking to your friends and family. But personally, I think gratitude journaling is a much more concrete and tangible way to shift your own narrative and introduce them to your life. You don't need to spend 20 to 30 minutes writing a long journal entry each day, and you don't need someone else's presence to talk about your issues. All you need is a single handy journal to jot down a few bullet points each day, and this will help frame your outlook for how the rest of your day will unfold and how you'll reflect upon what happened throughout the day. I believe this helps strengthen our ability to craft our life narratives. As a result, it helps increase resilience through the varying challenges that take place in our lives. The second transformation I enjoyed from gratitude journaling is a positive mindset and mood. This became quite visible after I started journaling for about a week. For example, I would often not be in the best mood during my commute to work because let's be real, how many of us wake up in the morning always fired up to go to work every single day? I mean, if you do, then that's amazing. Embrace it, I admire that. Personally, I wasn't usually like that during my morning commute. I would be either tired from a lack of sleep or be stressed about the onslaught of tasks, meetings, and reviews that were about to happen. However, at around the 1-month mark since I started journaling, I noticed my mood shifted during my commute. To give you an idea, I started to appreciate those 10 minutes of solitude driving to work, listening to my favorite playlist, and looking forward to having my morning coffee at work. My perspectives started to shift gradually, which also lifted my mood throughout the day. And this is simply one example of how it affected my perception of each day. So at this point, I realized that I was able to guide my mindset and emotions in a meaningful way. And that was very empowering to recognize. The third positive impact of gratitude journaling is enhanced mental clarity. When I write my gratitude journal entries, it forces me to recollect what happened throughout the day. This daily habit of gratitude journaling has become a subtle but consistent reminder to practice mindfulness and exercise reflectiveness, which seem to stimulate my brain more often. According to Cambridge University research, there is evidence that narrative formation and coherence are necessary for expressive writing to be beneficial, and that expressive writing increases working memory capacity, which may reflect improved cognitive processing. And I think that gratitude journaling shares many aspects of expressive writing, although I would say it's a much simpler and condensed version of it. Plus, when you practice gratitude regularly, it seems to induce very similar effects of meditation. Throughout your day, what you write down in your journal will act as gentle reminders to be more present and pay attention to the smaller things that are easy to overlook so you can appreciate them more. So at this point, I want to ask, why wouldn't you just try it? There are many more benefits outside of what I mentioned, but it's also super simple, affordable, and easy to integrate into your daily life. Now let's talk about how to use gratitude journals so you can maximize its benefits in your life. These are all based on my 6 months of experience using it, so the degree of its effect and benefits may vary by person, and I'm sure many of you will find your own creative ways of journaling. However, I'm pretty sure if you keep these tips and principles in mind, you'll likely get significant benefits out of it, because when I first decided to try it, I had a very clear intention of elevating my life to be more enjoyable by becoming more appreciative and contemplative. And that intention really paid off when I followed the principles I'm about to share. So let's dive into them. First, I think it's important that you find the right gratitude journal for yourself. If you haven't been doing regular journaling like me, then this becomes more crucial because what you're essentially trying to do is build a habit you can follow through every day. I would say it's not super difficult to build a habit with gratitude journaling because it's very simple, will only take a couple minutes a day, but it will still add one additional item on your to-do list. So here are 4 questions to ask yourself before you decide on which journal to get. First, how much time do I want to invest in gratitude journaling every day? This question will help you determine how much input you're willing to put into your journal. For example, if you want to spend a maximum of 5 minutes each day on this, then choose a journal that only has a few questions that you need to answer. Don't get something that has like 10 questions you need to fill in each day, because we all know what it's like to get a planner or a journal that ends up having all the empty spots of prompts because we're too lazy to fill them in. For me, that always erodes my motivation to keep using such journals because it gives me a sense of guilt and validates a sense of laziness or lack of commitment. So just get something super simple, which has only a couple of questions like write 3 things you're grateful for, which is the core purpose of gratitude journaling anyways. On the other hand, if you see gratitude journaling as an opportunity to expand on other aspects of your day, and you know you can commit to spending more time on it every day, then get something that comes with a more comprehensive list of questions for your daily entry. It all depends on truly understanding your intent and personality, and getting a type of journal that best suits your needs. What changes in my life do I want out of it? So this is kind of related to my first point, but it's more about what types of questions and prompts do you want to let into your life. There are many different types of gratitude journals that contain slightly different questions and prompts. I think it's important to consider this because they will become a daily framework to influence how you'll end up perceiving and reflecting upon each day. I don't think there will be any journals that will ask harmful questions like who did you want to punch today? But you have to keep in mind that different questions will trigger different ideas and narrative formation in your mind. So I suggest intentionally choosing journals that would ask the most beneficial questions for yourself. What medium of a journal do I want? It seems like people often think a gratitude journal needs to be a certain medium, such as a paper-bound book, but in the end, you have to think about the most convenient and easily accessible format for you. Similar to how many people do not read paper books. Some people prefer reading on their Kindle, iPad, or listening to audiobooks, and it all depends on their schedule and lifestyle. So I would consider things like, do I want a single place to keep all my journal entries? In that case, maybe a digital format might be better. So when you want to look back at your past entries in the future, you don't have to find a physical journal. And depending on the app you would use for your digital journal, you may also be able to easily search certain keywords to find your past entry. Also, do you want more of a tactile experience or a convenient digital experience? If you prefer the first one, then you might want to get a paper version, which has more of an old school experience. But if you want the convenience of accessing it in your favorite device like an iPad, Remarkable, or Supernote, then a digital format might serve you better. Lastly, what kind of mood and state of mind do you want to be in when journaling? This question will help you determine the design and aesthetic style of your journal. Do you prefer to be in a more neutral, clean state of mind? In that case, you may choose a simpler, minimalistic design that can also be practical. But if you prefer to be in a more sensuous, poetic mood when you write a journal, then choose a design that has more aesthetic and stylish elements. You can think of gratitude journaling as a daily treat for yourself, so enjoy some freedom and flexibility to choose the design that resonates to you the most. Another thing to consider is finding an appropriate place to journal. If you haven't built a habit of journaling yet, then it's important to place your journal where you can easily spot and access it. If you place it somewhere that you will easily forget about, then it's going to be challenging to build a habit. Also, I suggest you find a quiet place and time that you can consistently journal without any interruption. It's very similar to meditation where you want to just focus on this single task without worrying about anything else. So if you're a mom with kids, then maybe an early morning when everyone else is sleeping might be a better time to start your day with gratitude journaling. Or you can write a journal on your baby's face. For me, I like to do it on my favorite chair in my room that brings me comfort and calm every morning. I'm also surrounded by my plants and sunlight in the morning, so it is such a pleasing treat for me. So think about where and when you want to do journaling because that will significantly dictate your habit formation. My last tip for maximizing the benefit of gratitude journaling is finding someone to do it with you as an accountability partner, so both you and that partner can help each other build that habit. When I got my first gratitude journal, I also got an extra one as a gift for my husband, and I asked him to do this every morning and every evening together. What was nice about it is that not only both of us could keep each other accountable, but also it was really sweet to share what we were grateful for from each other. I think it helped deepen our relationship by expressing how much we appreciate and care about each other. Finally, let me share you the most effective gratitude journaling template that worked wonders for me, which means, first, I was able to successfully establish a daily habit of journaling for a long term. Second, it also provided me all the positive benefits I mentioned previously, such as increase in resilience, positive mindset and mood, and enhanced mental clarity. When I started journaling, I got this physical journal from Papier.com. It's not sponsored, by the way. I chose this brand's journal because they come with various cover designs that are quite beautiful and also give you options to add a little customization on the book cover, such as adding your name. This was 35 USD, which I think is a bit pricey, but in the grand scheme of things, I thought it was a worthwhile investment for my mental well-being. I also like the simple day and night structure that has a morning prompt to write 3 things you look forward to each day and an evening prompt for 3 things you're grateful for from that day. So the simplicity greatly helped me establish my daily habit. Now, I switched over to a digital format which I use on my iPad and Supernote. The reason is, I wanted to be able to revisit my past entries to remind myself of what I was thinking or what was happening back then during tough times. And I just didn't like having to flip through a bunch of pages trying to find them. Also, this physical journal only had 5 months of entries, so I wanted something that can keep all my journal entries in one place for many years to come. And lastly, I no longer have to spend $35 every 5 months to restock this journal and wait for delivery when I need it immediately. This digital format is more economical and more flexible in terms of how I can structure the pages. I just need this one file and I can literally use it as long as I want. So I'm so excited to share with you my digital gratitude journal template that I meticulously designed. It comes in 30 variations of daily affirmations that will help you start each day with gratitude and inspiration. It also has 2 simple prompts that you can write about each day. In the morning, you have "Today I look forward to," and in the evening, you have "Today I'm grateful for," and then you're done. Additionally, it comes with monthly and yearly reflection templates that you can use as an option. I carefully handpicked each question to help you get the most out of this journal. They're intentionally chosen to help with your mental health and encourage positive reframing of your narratives. Another awesome thing about this template is that it comes with both light mode and dark mode templates, so you can choose a version you like to avoid straining your eyes at night. It's made with this beautiful and elegant cover design. Daily entry pages also have lovely illustrations, which will look gorgeous in both light and dark modes. Once you download it, you can open in apps like GoodNotes, Notability, OneNote, and other native free PDF readers if you're using a tablet. If you have e-ink notebooks like Supernote or Remarkable, you can also use it there. Or if you're more of an old school person, you can also print this PDF file on paper so you can still enjoy the tactile experience. For less than $5, you got all of these amazing features without depleting any pages. You can duplicate these pages and use them forever. And here's exciting news, only for you, my YouTube friends. I'm giving you an exclusive 25% discount code, so you can get this digital template at an even cheaper price. Yes! So make sure to check the description below for the discount code. And if you want to see my other digital templates or want to support my channel, please check out my Etsy store, Byte and Write Co. I currently have a handful of products, but I have exciting products coming up soon. And if you have any feedback about these products, feel free to leave comments below. If you find this video helpful, please like and subscribe for more contents down the line. And if you have some more time, watch these other related videos here. Thanks for watching and happy journaling. Bye!